Hey, good morning. It's Bob, Trade Genius. It's the 3rd of February, Saturday. Hey, just going to go through the futures charts and also Bitcoin itself. I'm not going to get into all the different coins. They seem to be essentially moving together here as an asset class. So I think Bitcoin itself is good enough. And I'm going to tell you what I think is probably going to happen next week based on seeing this pattern before. And so, first of all, Bitcoin, we had yesterday, I think, was a classic reversal day. And when I get to the zoom out here a little bit, you'll see it. I think we're creating what's called, I call a crazy Ivan move. If you remember the Hunt for Red October, where the Russian ships would just take these quick moves left and then quick moves right to shake people off and to see if anybody's behind them. Well, I say that for the market because they do this a lot when they're trying to create a reversal. And so what happened here, we've been drifting down, then all of a sudden we just had this huge push down. And the reason why this happens is they try to create liquidity by blowing stops out and chasing out weak hands so that they can reverse their positions or complete a profitable trade and get ready for it to change direction. And I think that's what happened here. This move here was just violent, and they drove it down. And then as soon as the American deaths started showing up on Friday morning, you had a big reversal in the dollar, and big reversal in gold, and big reversal in Bitcoin, and big reversal in the ES, which is the main index for trading, and same with the Qs, the tech stocks. And so, our system here, this is on an hourly, I'll go to his on a daily too, is that when it's downtrending like this, you really don't take the up signal. And you really can't short Bitcoin here. If I have this because I trade ETFs and futures too. But you do take it when it breaks the channel like it did here. And you can either buy the break into the channel, or you can wait for a buy signal here, or you can wait for a volatility stop change here. But anywhere between, this candle here at 82, maybe some people were shorter time frame, got in a little bit earlier, and you'd be running this trade up, you're still in the trade long. Okay, now it's crawling down the top of this channel. It does this a lot too, and I think it's going to break higher. It looks like a bull flag to me. If you go out on a daily here, you can see that we're forming a falling wedge, and that falling wedge would create a parallel, which we have already. And this low value area here, volume area, not low value, is probably a likely target for this, and this would complete the crazy Ivan the other way. So this would be this is called a shakeout move and back, and we had three big hammers, okay, that formed here, and that means these lower prices are being rejected. There's people buying here. Every time it comes down this range here, there's buyers between 7,500 and 8,000. And you can see there's a ledge right here too. And so I think the next thing it's going to do is going to crawl up, and it's going to test this low volume area here. And once it does that, then it'll make a higher high than it has been, and then we can see if we're going to restart the trend higher. I still don't have a buy signal on this from the sell signal we got here on the 17th. So this is still considered money flow, still distributing, but we're pretty close now. It's getting really tight, and I'm expecting a buy signal at any point. So, and that makes sense because I think what's going to happen is with the markets, and the dollar is going to reverse too, and I think it's going to support the cryptos. I've been saying that for a long time. Now we had every currency in the world rising against the cryptos, and it just was too much pressure on them. And now that the market broke and the European stock exchanges started to break, the dollar is going to relent. And I think with that, you're going to see a bounce into cryptos, and we'll see if that converts into a sustained move higher again. But you trade what's in front of you. So if we look at oil too, and I'm going to go oil up to the hourly too here, is that we had a sell signal on oil right here, okay, around anywhere between 65.50 and 66. The only thing I'm going to say here with TradingView, you have to buy the exchange package, and I think it costs like $100 a month if you want to trade futures in real time. I have a Thinkorswim account, but I keep this up too. I'm going to eventually slide over and use this. The signal is really good. I mean, look where it catches these moves. So it caught this move here, and look where it caught the short move here. Now, oil is kind of violent, so I don't trade it necessarily on the hourly, but I certainly look at the hourly to see what's the best direction to travel. And I think we put a top in here, and that was a violent move down. And I think this move here was simply a hiding out place for people, and I think it's going to continue to move down. As the dollar strengthens, it won't have any choice. And you can see here the dollar, and I'm going to flip up a different chart here on it. I'm going to DXY is here. The dollar also looks a lot like Bitcoin, does it not? We had a change of direction, and the dollar actually led the move into cryptos. The dollar started drifting up overnight, and then the cryptos exploded. Top of the channel, it's bull flagging, and I expect when you come into the weekend, kind of the weekend, I think you're going to see the dollar continue to move higher for whatever excuse they want to give it. It's ready. Okay, so ES, first time this thing has fallen out of bed in a long time, and typically what happens here, especially when you have a Friday sell-off, is that two things happen on Monday. You're either going to get a dead cat bounce back up to here, and it's going to fall the rest of the week, or if it continues to fall on Monday, then you're looking probably Wednesday, Thursday before it recovers, and that typically we're washing out a lot of optimistic call buyers going into the February contract expiration for options, and then I would be looking for a bottom Wednesday or Thursday, and that's where I'd be putting on some UVXY puts or buying SSO and try to catch the move higher into the OPEX the following week. So that's what I'm thinking happens. So Monday, if we bounce, we'll bounce to here and then fall. And if we continue to fall, I think we continue to fall until Wednesday or Thursday. Okay, here's the yen. Again, see the yen started rolling over too. And as the yen falls, it makes cryptos attractive for yen buyers. And I'm looking for the yen just to keep falling again. The Japanese and the Chinese and the Koreans, and for that matter, even the Europeans, they don't like strong currencies because they like to export. And I think they're going to start putting pressure on the dollar to give it strength. And I think that supports the cryptos too. And what it does do is it causes issues with gold. And see, gold looks opposite of cryptos. If you noticed, this is becoming a pattern. So now we have a little bit of a bear flag or a flat flag right now. And so if you're ever wondering how do I hedge my Bitcoin without selling it, here's your answer. You can buy gold. And if you think your cryptos are getting overvalued but you don't want to sell them, you can get some longer dated in the money gold calls and get insurance that way to cover your crypto stash, and then you can cash those out for profit and buy more Bitcoin to bring your value back up. So just a thought for you. I have copper in here. Is copper sold down? I don't trade it too much, but it's in a pretty tight channel, and when channels are flat and tight, I just look at channels to buy and sell. I don't try to do my signal because it's too average. So you look for bottoming candles on the channel, you run it up to the top of the channel, or a V-stops takeout. Vice versa, you get to the top of the channel, you short it, and you look for it to run to the bottom of the channel, or V-stop, stop out. So if you have a tight consolidation on a channel, in this case 33, less than 50, channels are good places for buying and sell entries, set your stops. And if it's under 50 or minus 50, if it's above or below those, then you can use the signals because you're in a trending market. In Nat Gas, I went ahead and I went long on that's NASDAQ. I'm sorry, NASDAQ looks like ES. Let me go to Nat Gas here. I went long on nat gas, and I'm expecting a reversal in the futures on this. So I'm long futures, and then I recommended UNG for those with equity, and I think we're going to get a move higher. I'm looking for a move to here, and then we'll take it from there. Cold weather's moving back in. We had the January thaw sell-off, and now we're going to work from there. And then last but not least is silver, and silver looks a lot like gold. Okay, and so falls out. If it comes up here, it's going to kiss the channel, probably fall a little bit more. This is an opportunity to start acquiring miners that are selling off hard, because once the dollar gets strong and the market is selling off too hard, they're going to come in and they're going to weaken the dollar again, and it's going to give strength to the miners, and then we'll just to see how it affects the cryptos. Okay, so anyway, I thought I'd show that to you. A little later this weekend, I'm going to show you a kind of a fun mathematical exercise and how to trade cryptos on the 5-minute. That surprisingly strong wealth builder, but you can only do it if you're disciplined. But the signals are pretty straightforward, and if you can have the discipline to trade this and trade it diligently for a couple years, I can show you how you could turn a small stash into a very, very, very large one. Anyway, Bob from Trade Genius. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks again for those who subscribed, and look forward to helping you guys make money in the market nearly every day. Bye-bye.